Hello! Hi everyone. Hope everyone's excited for today's Canada Day stream. Oh, I forgot to put Happy Canada Day in the title. My bad. What keyboard is this? That's a great question. What keyboard is this? The Zephyr Z1. I think they're on pre-order right now on Novel Keys. I don't know if any other place has the pre-order for them. Mute it. This ain't it, guy, bro. Literally just got on my computer and installed the stream. What's up, Asterisk? Bro, I'm about to put a 10U form sneak box on my Classic DKL. Wait, what, Scar? You can put a 10U on the Classic? I think I saw Mr. G off talking about it. It's a nice board. I don't know, I like it. I think it sounds pretty good. I put Milky Yellows in it, so Milky Yellow's most diverse switch, you know? Gotta love it. Guys, I got so hooked on that Pokemon game last night. So I ended up getting off stream. We had to run a quick little errand. I was so hungry. I literally just we got a burger because I was dying of hunger. We just didn't eat much yesterday. We just were eating soup because we had so much soup left over. And then I ended up saying, you know what? I'm tired. Let's just play Pokemon. And oh my god, it was so much fun. I'm playing that ROM hack, the Odyssey. It's called Pokemon Odyssey. I didn't get super far, but I was enjoying the hell of it. Don, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Much love, dude. Much love. Jabal, thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate it, dude.
Happy Canada Day, bud.
Thank you, guys. Happy Canada Day back to you. Ow, that hurt. Happy Canada Day. We actually have 2 boards to go through, kinda, today. I totally forgot we were looking at 2. Because I was doing all my research on the main one we're supposed to look at today. I haven't even opened the box yet, actually. I was mostly just reading up yesterday night, reading up this morning, reading up yesterday morning too. Because this is an interesting release. A very interesting keyboard, but yeah. And then also I was thinking about picking up a new lens. I really want to get a lens for my camera. So we'll see. We'll see if I end up picking it up. Hey Alex, I had a question on the mode Envoy you built with the Gatoron Speed Silver switches. What did you lube about them? Trying to recreate the same. Paranoid, I lube all my switches the exact same. It's just stem only and then a little bit on the spring. So that's it. I only do those. Oh, tips for unscrewing strip screws. I am not good at that. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I suck at doing that. I don't have a good solution for you, unfortunately. I don't have a good one. Rubber band tricks sometimes. I use really thick duct tape. Sometimes that's helped. Just fold it in 2. I don't know. I suck with that. You guys have any plans for today? For all the Canadians? Any Canada Day plans? We're not doing anything. I think today we're making as an excuse just to relax a little bit. I'm working mostly all day today. Clean and some more? Yeah, I'm probably gonna do the same. Freezer, thank you so much for the prime. Wait on Classic WoW servers to come back on? Oh, it's Tuesday, right? Usually Tuesday's maintenance day? It's been so long that I barely remember. Can we do a province tier list? Bruh, add. What are you drinking? You know those, not Mios, but what are they called? You squirt them into the drinks, the water. They're just the sugar-free drink flavors. Honestly, I get told I probably shouldn't be drinking this. But, it kind of helps me drink water. Because otherwise, I kind of baby water that's on my desk. I don't really drink it that much. So this is helpful. I don't know. Honestly, I like it. It gets me hydrated. People don't like the extra sweeteners and stuff inside. Chug some syrup for Canada. I don't actually have much maple syrup left, and I kind of want to let me save it, bro. Let me save it, dude. I might make pancakes on the weekend or something. It's been forever since I've been able to catch a stream. What's up, Malcor? How you doing, man? Pancakes? Okay, dude. I love pancakes. Diabetes? Actually, if like tame with maple syrup, it's pretty potent, the taste. You don't need to drown shit in maple syrup. I don't know if people know that. You don't need to absolutely like douse it, you know? For me, this is my ideal pancake setup, alright? This is what I'm hoping to do on Saturday. Let me kind of visualize it. Pancake. Okay, I do the pancake with a pinch of cinnamon, and then I put chocolate chips in the pancake. I know we just talked about diabetes, but like, I put chocolate chips in the pancakes, and then I, you know, get butter, do that, put it on top. You know, I get 3 pancakes, and then I pour some maple syrup on top, and then that's my pancake breakfast. Peanut butter? I've never tried that. That sounds pretty good. Peanut butter on pancakes. Like, what are you putting it in the batter, or are you putting it in between like the pancakes themselves? It's great. Bear has to tell me. It's like butter. I only have that natural peanut butter right now, and we haven't really been eating it because both of us don't really like it. It's kind of like flavorless. Every time I wake up in the morning, I yearn to go to Tommy's and drink syrup. Is Tommy's like a breakfast place, Scar? By the way, thank you guys for tuning in today. I know some people are celebrating Canada Day today and probably have a wonderful little day off, but thanks for being here, guys. Peanut noodles out of it? I mean, that sounds pretty good. There's this one dish that a restaurant has that we sometimes order for all the Toronto peeps. It's a restaurant. I think it's like a Vietnamese Thai fusion. It's called Saigon Pie, and my favorite thing to get from them that you can order is golden curry noodles. It is so good, and they give you like a ton of peanuts you can kind of, you know, put on top too. But it's so good. I love it personally. I think it's like a really good flavor. Sounds good. It's so good. And then they have other really good dishes too, but that's my favorite one. Do you have any of the Hebe hot shoe covers? I actually have a Hebe hot shoe cover. Hold on. Let me see if I remember where I put it now. I think I tossed it in here, but now I really don't remember. I was looking at it the other day, right here. Why, do you want to see it? I've never actually used it. Do you want to see it? I can put it on, but it's this. Just thoughts on it? So I don't really use hot shoe covers because I use the thumb grips. But this is it here. It's the Hebe one. It's my first time actually looking at it. I mean, it looks cool. You know, and then if I were to take off the thumb grip here. God, these thumb grips are tight sometimes. It should. I mean, I think Kate has a Leica as well. I mean, yeah, that looks pretty neat. I vibe with that. It looks cool. Where did all this dust come from? Yeah, I'd use that for sure. Oh, did I put this on the wrong way? I might have. I think it's supposed to go this way. Yeah, my bad. It's supposed to go that way. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, okay, it kind of protrudes out a little bit from the back here, like ever so slightly, but it's like not a deal breaker. I have plastic hot shoes. This is like my only fancy one. So, yeah, the clever button's cool. I had a Hebe button, but I had a bunch of different buttons, but unfortunately I've lost them all over time, which kind of makes me sad, but it is what it is. I even lost my my Hasselblad one. It fell off the one time I brought it out. The one time. So I had to email Hasselblad and ask them for another one. They were actually really kind. They sent me out one. I didn't expect that to happen. Just got my Snake R2 keyboard, having trouble getting the PCB and top plate sandwiched together correctly when I put the switches in, leaving no gap on the spacebar side. Gavin, if you're in my Discord, try to post it in the keyboard help section. Maybe we can kind of visually look at that, because I can't like visualize that right now. Do I do street photography? Dude, at one point, okay, I've gone through phases. Yes, I love doing street photography. I used to do it exclusively before I even did content like on keyboards. That was like my thing. I did it. It was amazing. I enjoyed it. I think it made me a better photographer. Then I stopped. And then I kind of got into product photography again because I had a job doing product photography. And then I got back into street stuff. And then I got back into keyboard. Well, I got into keyboards. And then there was like 6 months, like last year, where I was really into going out every day. But the problem is like, hear me out. It's really tough to do street photography when you're working all day. Like, I feel like on Saturdays, the one day I have off, it's not like a day that I want to just like stand outside, you know what I mean? And like, there's certain times of day I like going for lighting purposes, and I don't know, it's a little tough. Like, and then sometimes I just want to go out and not bring a camera. But I don't do street photography. Okay, and I should say this. I don't do street photography in the sense of getting in everyone's face. My street photography sometimes includes people, but it's a lot more like storytelling of the atmosphere of the area that I'm in. A lot of the action, believe it or not, though, a lot of the photos I really love as someone who did street are the people photos, but they're not getting into people's face. And a lot of the times I'll go up and ask if it's okay. So, or I'll take the photo and show them, but it's been a little while since I've done that. Shoot photography is very unemployed friend coded. I mean, you can make some. There are friends I have who make like bank off street photography, off of doing prints and stuff and lessons, but it's just so time consuming that I just can't do it. Like, I would love to, but mainly I use my cameras for family stuff now and just friend stuff. Like, that's it. Like my personal camera, which is the Leica. Like that's the only time I ever use it. It's just tough. It's really tough to get out there and just like do it. You know what I mean? But yeah. Did you remove the factory lube? No, I just lubed right on top. Check my website. I have the written article about my whole desk setup, but I recently changed how my lights are fixed, which I need to update the article. As I posted that article, I made a decision, which I actually talked about in the article, saying I need to make this decision soon. And then I made the decision to go with a different way to mount things. So yeah, I need to update it, but it's pretty much the same as always. Like, just because I changed the way it looks, like where it's standing, didn't change the lighting. So we're just drinking water with flavoring in it, basically. Oh wait, today's board, really quick. This is the RO75. This was sent out by Apos Audio. Oh, it's not liking this. This was sent out by Apos. Apos has, if you guys want some like quick background on Apos, I believe for the most part they acquired or bought or something along that lines most of Kono's stock. Kono. They ended up becoming a pretty solid what's it called, keyboard vendor. So they have a lot of different stuff, and then they talked to me about the RO75. Now, it's been out for a little while. I just got this in. They asked if I wanted to check it out, so they sent it out. So this is going to be a sponsored thing. They sent it out to me. I'm going to just tell you guys, just for the sake of transparency, I am still going to make sure I give this its fair shot. You know what I mean? No one told me to say anything. Nothing like that. But genuinely, I was interested because the price point. It's $109. Well, 110. Let's just call it 110 USD. It is pretty solid with a pretty solid feature set as well. Comes in a few different colors. I actually don't know what color they sent me. Like I said, I haven't even opened the box yet. Alex, but shipping. Bruh. I know, dude. Okay. Actually, let me change the song really quick. Let's go here. Alright. But let's take a look. Apos from the headsets, which they don't make anymore. Did Apos make headsets? I know they do a lot of audio stuff. Let's take this apart. But this should be, it's interesting because we talked about 75%, right, the other day. This should be like a pretty viable 75% keyboard with features that everyone kind of wanted. This does come pre-assembled. I already said to them we're going to be just taking it apart and exploring in it and then just rebuilding it a few times. So, might be a bit of a longer stream today. But these pre-built solutions are becoming pretty popular. This is an accessories box. It's a nice keyboard. Did I say keyboard or something? Oh my god, dude. My bad, dude. I misspoke. This is nice. Okay. Let me take the plastic off of it. Let's see what we get for $110. No, the box is misspelled? Oh, it is. I didn't even realize that. It is misspelled. Dude. I don't really care much about boxes. These end up in the recycling bin for me for the most part. Is anything else misspelled? That is funny. I'll mention that to them, but unfortunately I don't think APOS has anything to do with the box here. This is the NPK Club. That's the designers. But I'll mention it for sure. Alright, right away we get some PBT keycaps. And this is the stock keyboard we get. The plan is to swap out some switches. I mean, you know what? Right away, like, I don't mind this. Yeah, I mean, it's foamy sounding. Okay, so that's not terrible right off the bat. Let's take a look at the quality of everything. So, it's a pretty slick design. For me, this is... The only comparable thing I can really think of right now is going to be the Bridge 75. And I really hope this competes with the Bridge 75. Because the Bridge 75 was really slick. They have a long foot here on the back with two smaller feet in the front, which sometimes is a little bit, you know, it can be a little bit thuddy, but I'm glad we at least have two smaller ones in the front, which I've been told matters more. We do have a PVD'd weight. It has a very small amount of rippling. Let me see if I can show you guys this. A very small amount of rippling, which, you know what, you can't really even see, which is good. You really can't even see it all. But not bad, not bad. And then some other features, which I have like on a little cheat sheet here for myself. It's a 2.4 or a Bluetooth, so you have wireless options. It says VIA and Vial compatible. I don't know about Vial. I haven't checked because I just opened the box. But right here on the page, it says you need to download the JSON file for VIA. I don't know what to say at this point. It seems like the more exploring I do into this whole why people who are doing wireless boards with tri-mode PCBs aren't complying with VIA, it's like this whole rabbit hole of what I feel like different answers. At this point here, like, I would just love for both QMK and these brands to kind of just sit down one day and just figure their shit out. I don't know whose side is wrong and right. So, does it come with the pretty man on the underside? Hey, yo, dude. Don't make me blush, bro. But not too bad. Not too bad at all. And then the switches in this one here are called Pink Robin linear switches, which is cool. Let's see. It says it has a steel mirror polished weight. It kind of looks like PVD, so that's my mistake there. But it does look like a PVD because it's rippled a little bit. It's not quite perfect. Which, again, for $110, I'm willing to just excuse that. Bunch of different colors it comes with. It has a 1.2 mil PCB with flex cuts, which is kind of expected with a lot of these more foamier sounding boards, which might be a little bit more difficult to open up and, you know, tune it. You know, it's very Bridge 75. I agree. Very Bridge 75 coded, which I'm happy about because the Bridge 75 seems like it's sometimes hard to pick up. Nothing really else that I had in my cheat sheet that was like super standout. They're saying like upgrade it IC RGB lighting. The PBT and ABS die sub keycaps. They're saying it's a combo. However, I don't really see how there's any ABS into this. Let me boot it up. Yeah, I don't really understand what they're trying to say with the ABS. I think that might be on one of the different versions here. The one I think we got is just their standard silver, and they have other ones with different keycaps. And as you guys can see, well, actually you guys can't see, but as you guys will be able to tell, they have different ones with different levels of keycaps. So like different colors get more expensive all the way up to 150. And those are like the more premium keycaps. I don't know if I would personally pay an extra 30, 40 bucks for premium keycaps in this case, but at least they're themed here. I'll show you guys what I mean. At least they're themed to the keyboard. So they look kind of like this. I don't know. I don't mind them. I think they're actually not too bad. It's cool. I do wish this was sold separately though. I feel like this would be a cool like add-on to customize the board outside of just buying it pre-built. I feel like putting on keycaps is not very difficult. But as you can see, it goes all the way up to 150 bucks. Again, if you're buying this, probably just stick with the silver. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's actually tear this apart. Again, I don't think the stabs are bad at all. I think the stabs actually work pretty good on this. The whole board feels pretty good. These particular keycaps, they're just okay. I would not go over the moon about these keycaps. They're just all right. I probably would want to see the other ones, the more premium ones. The switches feel really good too. Actually, I was going to use something different for the switches, but actually, these are pretty nice switches. Let me tear this open now. But yeah, that's pretty much the board. The visuals of the board are pretty simplistic as well. Again, the main competition here, and the only real competition in my mind, is the Bridge 75. The Ano's okay. It's a little grainy. Not the best quality in the world. But again, for the price point of this particular one's 110, not bad. Front height we can measure. I didn't see a spec for that, but there is a cherry lip on this. Oh, you know what? I really hope my tool has battery life in it. I have a feeling it doesn't have any battery life. We'll find out here in a second. We'll measure to the front cherry lip here, which is about, 14. Actually, let me just reset this here really quick. Let's zero that out. About 14.5 millimeters to the front cherry lip, and to the back cherry lip, 18. Honestly, not bad. Not bad at all. And then what do you get for accessories here? Not bad. The Warmer SK71 Pro can also give this a run for its money. I haven't taken a look at that one there. Oh, you get a bunch of different switches too. That's nice. And there's a cable in there too. Oh, you get a little instruction booklet. It's in both, okay, it's in both languages here too. That's good. Okay, cool. I like that. That's nice. All right, let's do a little teardown on this. You know what? This could give the Bridge 75 a run for its money, because the Bridge 75 has been like my most... When people ask me for good like starter keyboards, I always recommend the Bridge 75. You get some plate mounted stabs, which is not a big deal. And then here are those switches. Yes, it's also using the ball catch system too, which is fantastic. Oh wow, look at how much padding they've put around here too. They even have padding over here, so nothing gets rattly. Pretty easy to use ball catch system, unlike the Wuche ones, which are like extremely tough to tear down. But yeah, pretty nice. And then we have a ribbon cable. That's probably the most like annoying part about this build, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. And what brand hot swap sockets are these? LY. I'm not sure which ones those are, but they look fine. They look well put in. And then you have gaskets, and these are like a dumbbell gasket system, which you can just take off and place where you want. Again, I'm really getting the Bridge 75 vibes from this. They look like non-KFA pink robins. Weren't the pink robins pink with a black stem? At least I thought they were. All right, that's pretty cool. Let's take off some keycaps and tear this down. I mean, at least the keycaps are rather thick. Like, these are pretty thick keycaps. 1.6 millimeters. I'll give them that. They are quite thick. The dye sub on them is just okay, though. Like, it's nothing special. I don't know if it's just the font choice that they used, like the typeface. But I wouldn't, like, go crazy over this. I'm just happy to see another 75 that's not, like, you know, terrible looking, because I feel like this is pretty neutral looking, and I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Nice and clean looking, yeah. Could be a fun board to experiment with for people just joining the hobby too, which is cool. The reason for not making 60% boards at this price point? You want to know the real reason? It's because people who are getting 60s, from what I've noticed, people who want 60% keyboards are usually willing to spend a little bit more money on something more gaming coded, or just something a little bit more fancy. I feel like the 75% keyboard or TKL keyboard is the perfect kind of segue for non-keyboard enthusiasts or someone looking into just getting a keyboard for the first time. So that's usually what I see when I see like more budget products. And that's kind of the audience that I've kind of like become accustomed to in a lot of ways. Oh, they put a tactile on the spacebar. Interesting. Thank you, Sinister. Appreciate you.
Made it again.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the whole less daunting transition too. Alex is calling us 60 users snobs? No, dude. What just fell? I just dropped something, I think. It still has that productivity vibe. What did I drop? Did I drop a plastic bag or something? No, I did. It's okay. I'll get it later. Yeah, it does. So you're basically, you'll have a wooting and you'll like it. Yeah, I think a lot of people would rather go for like the wootings. Oh, the wallpaper pack should be either in the description of the YouTube videos that I do. Like, I just don't know where the link is, like off the top of my head. Or it should be in... Oh, that's a good question, actually. Somewhere in Discord? Was the ISO support on the PCB? It looks pretty damn fixed. I wouldn't expect anything out of this, though. You know what, though? I will admit, I don't know if the plate supports it. It hopefully does. I like the fact that they're giving us PCB-mounted stabs, though. Hell yes to that. I might swap them out just for funsies. I would have loved to see actually, this is exactly what I don't like, though. Oh, let's put this over here. I don't like this. This is a big gripe of mine that I feel like I don't know why people haven't figured this out. See the wireless, whatever this is, the toggle for wirelesses versus wired. It's like underneath the PCB over here. Means you need to take off a keycap, and then you need to. That's actually pretty recessed downwards. You need to go in here and use a tweezer or something to toggle this on and off. I strongly dislike that. I don't know why companies are still doing it this way. It's clearly been proven that you can, especially on these more budget lineups, just do it really nicely, integrate it with the case. At the very least, just put it on top of the PCB somewhere.
Hey Alex, are there any gaming mice you're looking forward to?
Gaming mice? Right now, I'm still going through all the mice that I have recently kind of like dived into, but my favorite so far has been the Ponage CF. I think it's the Trinity. That's been one of my favorites, but I think like overall the endgame gear is still my number one. Keychron figured this out long ago. Yeah, I don't know why companies are still doing that. We got 2 big batteries on the bottom. That's cool. Love seeing that. And then there's another sheet over here. Cool, cool. We'll just leave this here for now, but I am going to disassemble all of this and see what else we got. I'm going to take off the gaskets too. Have you tried a vertical mouse? I did, and it was short-lived. I ended up not really caring for it in the long run. Mainly because it was Logitech, and I don't know. Honestly, for a board like this that are easily accessible to new people, I'd prefer plate-mounted stabs since it's easier. I don't disagree. I think plate-mounted stabs are still great. I have no quarrels with plate-mounted stabs. None at all. Oh, this goes here. I think plate-mounted stabs are a fantastic option. So, the board still has a little bit of heft to it, which is nice. I think they did a good job with the overall design of this. Again, I don't know if this is going to fall on deaf ears, but I would probably, if I was this designer here, just for the sake of making your spacebar softer and what I find personally is less fatiguing, I would probably move the mounting point from here to match kind of like the distance here. I know it becomes a bit off-centered and you might have, the catchball system kind of in the way, and that's fine. I just think it really makes the spacebar less fatiguing. Again, not the biggest deal in the world because these are dumbbell gaskets. You can just take it off, so it's not like the end of the world here. So this is interesting though. Let's take off the switches. I like these switches though. These I might reuse. These are not too bad sounding at all. I was just going to pop in some non-long pull switches to see how the board sounds, but perhaps we just use these. It's really nice to have streams on YouTube. I can have them running in the background. I'm glad. I'm a certified catchball hater, or ball catch hater. It's hit and miss. That's all I'll say. I think depending on implementation and the goal of the keyboard, it can be hit and miss. However, I think it's important to look at it from a few different angles. Accessibility-wise, for people who just aren't good with screwdrivers. This might be a perfect option. And I know it's easy for us, for a lot of us anyways, who are probably great with screwdrivers, to be like, oh, that makes no sense. But some people just they're just can't, either they can't use them for whatever reason, or they're just not keen on using them. So this makes it a good option for people who like those type of things. There are a lot of downsides to the catchball system in my humble opinion, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I'm trying to decide which keyboard to buy, the PMO Wave 75 or the Bridge 75 Plus. I haven't seen the Wave 75. I really like the Bridge 75, but maybe I can also recommend this one here depending on how we end up building this, because this had a really good stock sound profile. I had one guy who told me he had a terrible time with stabs since his hands shake a lot. Dude, hey, guys, if I didn't have like the patience level that I do, my hands actually shake a lot. I know I don't really show it, and I used to complain about it a lot because I was really self-conscious about it, but my hands shake bad. It's gotten a little better over the years, but yeah, sometimes I would sit there, get frustrated at myself because I couldn't grab something with a pair of tweezers. So I get that. I wholeheartedly understand when people have problems with stuff like that, because I still am to some degree like that. So I get it. Not all of us can do very finite things with our hands. We're all a little different. I get that. I'm just glad to see something like this on the market. This doesn't seem cheapo either. Like, it doesn't seem like they cut... Yeah, not yet anyways. They don't really look like they cut corners on this. Currently trying to unscrew 4 strip screws. 4? I'm so sorry that happened. I might just leave the stabs on this, but maybe we'll put some nicer stabs on it. We'll see. We do have a polycarbonate plate here with a bunch of foam in between. This is why I really like your streams. You seem very grounded and relatable, but also understanding of everyone. Thank you, KJ. Well, I'm not a perfect person either. I make a lot of mistakes, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I think a lot of people only want to be seen doing all the good things in life. And a lot of people are afraid to kind of admit that they're not perfect either. But, yeah, I am far from it. I'm a pretty noob at a lot of things. And I also have a ton of flaws. This morning... okay, this is a very personal thing, but like this morning, for example... I had like, I don't know, my girlfriend pointed out something about my skin because like, I have like a lot of red dots on my shoulder, for example. I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe not. There's like a lot of red dots. Like it's just my skin. Like it has like a lot of red dots. I've had it all my life. I don't know why. She pointed out, she's like, oh, are you sure that's okay? And I'm like, I don't know. I've had it all my life. Like a shoulder? That's crazy, bro. And then I started like spiraling because of it. I had to like tell myself, just shut up. Like, stop thinking. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I haven't really... The last time I went to someone for skin stuff was long ago, and I remember them telling me it was nothing to worry about. But I don't remember what it was called. No, it's not really sunspots. Honestly, I don't go out in the sun much. Upper arms and shoulders covered red dots that feel like pimpled. Yeah, kind of like that, Tat. I have no clue what it is, though. Literally that, but it's never bothered me. Like, it's not like a clean thing. It's just how my skin is. They told me it was chill when I was little. Yeah, I remember being told it was chill either. Like, everyone's like, don't worry about it. Just bad skin, same here. Yeah. I'm used to Cherry MX Blues with 60 gram actuation force. With buying a Bridge 75 with 42 gram and a 48... Oh, okay. I don't know how you guys feel. I think going from 60 to 48... I think that's a jump. I would be a little bit... Oh, shit. Like, if you can, man, before you spend the money, maybe get yourself, like, a tester for that. Like, a little test switch thing. Because you may not like 48. There are people who consider, like, 52 to be, like, that breaking point for something too light. But, yeah, it might be a bit light. I personally think it's great. But... I'm this close to considering purchasing my friend's Neo 60 core, which includes an aluminum half plate and soldered PCB for 95 bucks. Wait, that's pretty good. That's really good. Me too. For me, there are now scars. Oh, from like one small... Yeah, I have a bunch of those too, man. Alright, so let's get this assembly all torn down here. Now, the stabs are very lightly lubed, but honestly, they sounded fine. Like, I heard no ticking from the stabs. I see no reason to replace these. Yeah, I don't see a reason to move these stabs. These were great. Okay, I'm going to give the RO75 a check mark here. Good stabs. Really good stabs out of the box. Like, these were well tuned. You may tune them up in the future just because, you know, most stabs you end up needing to, but... Not bad. And then we have our foam stack here, which we're going to take apart. We're not going to do a foam stack. And then we have our 1.2 mil flex cut PCB. Now, this is an interesting one for me. I don't know, I feel like this is like a hear me out thing. What if, imagine this, okay? What if we didn't do 1.2 mil? And what if we just did a 1.6 mil PCB with no flex cuts? The reason why I say that is simply because imagine the extra stuff you can do with, say, a keyboard like this for $110 to start, if you could, because it clearly looks like, you know, these have PCB mounted gaskets. Imagine the extra flexibility you can get, pun intended, out of your customization for your build. You can technically, if you wanted to, if this was a standard PCB, build this plateless. I think that would be really cool. I also think it's a bit interesting that we go with a giant foam stack that clearly has no flex cuts or anything, which kind of eliminates the need for per key flex cuts. And then we also go with a plate with no flex cuts. It just feels like a bit of a why moment. Now, this is not exclusive to the RO75. There are a lot of keyboards that do this, and I don't really understand the reason why. There is something to be said of, yes, there is some flex you'll get out of that, but I think a standard horizontal flex cut would be fine for that. Not necessarily per key. But again, I feel like you can get a lot more out of this if you were to just do a 1.6 mil or even a 1.2 mil PCB with no flex cuts. I really think this could be something that would be like a super strong recommend for a lot of markets if this had just a standard PCB. Again, I'm not upset about it, but it would be cool. A very fixed layout here, but again, I am expecting something like that out of a pre-built PCB here, pre-built keyboard, I should say. Preach was thinking about grabbing this and transplanting its PCB for a nice 75 key, but I'm on the fence because the flex cuts. Well, we're gonna see. Sometimes we can still get a good sound profile out of something if we just happen to use the foam. But they do put a lot of foam in here. We have the plastic piece. Then we have the, I think this is like an IXPE sheet. And then we also have this too. This I might not use. This is what I expect when I see this. This changes everything keyboard reviews on YouTube. Oh, like the standard stuff. Don't get me wrong. I actually think these have their place. I think these are really good because they're, hear me out. Like, I don't think this is an extremely daunting choice for someone who wants to buy something with customizability, but also wants it to be pre-built and doesn't want to break the bank. Like, this is $110 for the silver version. I think this is great. Like, so far, I am not upset about the stuff in here. I think it could be better. Yeah, it's very good. I'm going to try with these switches, and if I don't like these switches, I'm going to switch to a different set here. But these switches actually, they're pretty nice. It's an aluminum case too with a stainless, they said stainless steel. Let me just triple check on the website here. Yeah, a stainless steel weight. 3.7 pounds of heft, it says. So it's honestly not bad. Like, you get some pretty good stuff out of here. The only reason I even wanted to take a look at this, like the reason I said yes, is because I feel like this could have been a competitor to the Bridge 75. There's not many boards out there right now that I really feel like, to me anyways, are like strong competitors to the Bridge 75. Guys, what do you do when the top out sound of the spacebar sounds bad? I mean, if HMX, maybe just try a different switch. Sorry, Stoner, is it not? What do you mean by that? How do people hit these price points with all the parts, but buying parts individually is so expensive? Oh, it's because you're getting like probably a very mass-produced PBT keycap set, and then they also have like quantity on their side when they're doing switches like this. So this is helpful when you're doing big pre-builds like this. Stainless steel can be super expensive to machine. I had a stainless steel weight made and it cost 50% more than the larger bottom. Yeah, I mean, stainless steel can get pretty expensive, yes. Oh, let's not use this. I'm actually going to put the linear switch back into this. Chilkey ND75 IMO is a good contender, especially with the PCB option. It was a pretty nice board. I really didn't like the case for the Chilkey one. Oh wait, the ND75? Sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. No, the ND75 I actually didn't like at all. I think that particular board, when I built it the first time, when I rebuilt it from the stock configuration, it was just, it felt like you had to leave it in stock mode. I really didn't care for the ND75 as a whole because of that. So, aside from MX Browns, do you have any favorite tactile switches? Gateron Type Rs right now are pretty legit. GAT Type Rs, bro. Easy peasy. Yeah, actually, the Baby Kangaroos are pretty nice too. Have you tried the GMK67? Can't say that I have. I do understand the appeal of flex cuts. I also understand why people like them. Like, there are reasons to go with flex cuts, but I think for me, from a customizability standpoint, there's just too many drawbacks. And I feel like you kind of have to know what you like in order to really justify that, you know? Dude, DHL has my stub stems on one province over since last Sunday. Oh, well, flip. I would not expect to get anything from DHL right now, bro. DHL, actually, fuck, I need to check something. DHL, let me check right now, still has one of my packages, and it says out for delivery, and it's been out for delivery for like weeks. Let me see. Still out for delivery. I really don't know what happened to that. I think they lost one of the packages. That's actually fun. I just remembered since you reminded me. That's so frustrating. Yeah, they're on strike right now, so there's nothing really anyone can do, man. I love sandwich mounted boards when the whole flex craze was going. Oh, the flex stuff when like the jelly came out. It was all about flex and foam. Quite an interesting time. It got registered to VAN, but yeah, maybe that's what it is too. That's a good point. I feel like I'm a little nervous about it though. I hope it shows up. I really do. Ergo Clear is really good. Unique typing feel. Oh, Ergo Clears are nice. Is it true that the West keyboard community is more interested in sound, but the East cares more about feel? It's not really about picking sides in this case, you. Like, you know, one side of the world likes this and the other side likes that. The truth is, I feel like trends exist, right? There are trends in different parts of the world. I've talked to a lot of friends in China and Korea, for example, who really like sound. But the sound that they like is totally different. Even like Korea versus China, for example, from friends I have in both countries, like totally different sound profiles they like. And it seems to be more of like a trending thing. Like I've also seen trends of some people who really like flex. But yeah, I do feel like there are regional differences, which is interesting. I wouldn't say the, you know, West likes not, you know, sound more than they like feel. I just feel like the trend here is a little different. But I think feel is just as important everywhere. But for example, like I have friends in China who really like the foamy sound signature. Like that's the thing for them. But then I have those same group of friends who some of them are all about clacky sounds or whatever you want to call it. So it's really just kind of what trend you chase. But yeah, I would definitely say there are regional differences. Because thinking about grabbing one of these keys for PCB. Oh, sorry, which one? Are you able to say if tapping only the holes per key? Sorry, what are you asking, Super? For this particular board? I feel like the vast majority, I feel like for the vast majority, they like what they've tried out personally, and trends enable them to experience those majority of the time. Yeah, I can agree with that too. I chase Alex. He's not a trend because he never goes out of style. Damn, that's too kind, bro. Too kind. I got distracted, but I heard you. My other DHL package arrived, no problem. Let's go, bro. Yeah, it's pretty bad right now. All my DHL packages have been frozen, basically. Every last one of them. And super, I probably, like, you can build this keyboard with no foam. You're just gonna have a very thin sound profile. You could actually tape it. You could, but it will still have a tapey sound profile. Like, there's a specific tape mod sound that I feel like exists, and I feel like when you apply tape mod to 1.2mm PCB, you're gonna get that kind of like tape mod specific sound profile. Not a bad thing, just a preference. Add the word to the list. Is that a new buzzword? Did we just make one? Did we? I need to put GMK keycaps on this too. We're gonna take out this as well. And then Apos also sent out another board. They asked if we can take a look at too. We'll take a look at it after this. All right. So I'm gonna leave this piece of plastic here just in case something bottoms out. Oh, let's put this back on here. That awkward moment when the keycaps cost more than double than the keyboard they're on. Well, I like doing builds where we can just go kind of crazy with some of this stuff. Plus, I feel like with GMK stuff, I have a feeling, you know, like I know what they sound like, so I tend to prefer to use them as like a standard, just to see what they all sound like. Case looks almost identical to the bridge. Yeah, that's what I said originally too, David. It does look pretty identical, huh? I still get clients from time to time who will prefer Thocky, but if they tend to dive deeper into the hobby of collecting, they're more eager to try out different things. Absolutely, dude. I have a lot of people who I know who still really like that, you know, Thocky sound profile as well. You know, the deeper notes of building a keyboard. Ooh, actually, this doesn't sound half bad. But I also started off with liking, like, when the whole foam trend was like a big deal, I was also on the foam trend. Like, I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I really like this stuff. Just gonna put them all here. But it just like wore off really quickly. You know? Like, I lost interest so quickly. Trollbot, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you, thank you. These switches sound so full. I know, I'm actually kind of impressed by the switches. These are nice. I don't know the manufacturer to these. They don't say. Or maybe they do. Let me triple check. Pink Robin Linears. I don't think these are the ones from Keebs for All. I don't know. I don't know who makes these switches. Interesting. This is a silver board. Might just be like the warm tones in the room. You still get a lot of nice flex from this if you go with the mid plate foam here. It's still there. Okay, get some keycaps to this. Could use Serica. Oh, you know what I found the other day that I kind of use? Where did I put it now? We could do GMK Pacific. This could be cool. This could be a fun keycap set to put on it. I really want to try a horribly clacky build with copper plate. Do it! What's stopping you? Actually, that's not bad at all. I might swap some of these out for different switches as well, just to see what they sound like. Of 12. Am I going to be really impressed by this? I hope so. I really hope so. Let's see. Since most of these pre-built 75s are coming with VIA software, which is a really nice touch. Well, it has a JSON file you can download, but unfortunately, it's not something you can, like... I wish it just preloaded or something. It's alright, though. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Well, it is a big deal. I shouldn't say not a big deal. It is a big deal, but I feel like I am not going to make... As much as I voice this, because I feel like I complain about it all the time, I don't feel like I'm making that much of a dent. It's really going to be consumers who make a dent in that. You know, people who buy things. It's not going to be me, unfortunately. I complain about it all the time. I send people messages all the time about it. I'm like, have you thought about making this compliant? And they're just like, no, not really. I'm like, oh, okay. What would you be doing if you weren't in keyboards? Oh, man. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I would be doing at this point in time. That, honestly, is a mystery to even me. Wait, so your issue is with the boards not preloading and requiring a JSON file? I thought it was just not via... Oh, no, it's... Okay, to kind of shed more light on this and to talk about it one last time. I feel like, again, every time this pops up, I feel like I yap about it too much, and I apologize. Basically, QMK put out a naughty list of people who don't comply with the QMK standard or whatever. And believe it or not, all the big brands that you guys like, that we all like, even including myself, I love QWERTYKEY's stuff recently. They're on it, for example. Wuche's on it. All these brands are on it. So all of our favorite brands, all the stuff we've come to really like in the hobby is on it. And a lot of it is due to the wireless stuff of keyboards. Unfortunately, I don't know. I've tried to look into it, but I don't really quite fully understand, and I don't really get why some people are just not figuring things out with VIA. I've definitely seen keyboards with wireless that work with VIA. So it's beyond me. Like, I don't get it. But the need to have a separate JSON file is not... It's not a great thing in the long run, just because, for example, if someone decides to close shop, let's just say QMK, or not QMK, let's just say QWERTYKEYS is like, I'm done with keyboards, see you guys. Well, if years down the road you sell your keyboard and that person has no access to getting that file, then like, what do? You can't customize the keyboard. It was never uploaded into QMK properly. Or if someone maybe is a little bit more like, all right, well, I don't understand how to do this. So it's a problem in the sense of like needing extra stuff to get something to work. And there are alternatives people have been doing now. Like Vial seems to be a bit more easier to get things to work with, which I don't know how that works, you know, with QMK. Like I don't know the details with Vial. But VIA particularly, like when people are saying VIA compatible, but you just need this JSON file, I feel like it's a bit of a shady kind of like marketing ploy in a little bit of a way. This is not exactly... It is, but like it isn't. Vile is excellent because it has tap dance. Yeah, Vile is also a great thing too. Like I would love if some of these things also load up in Vile. For example, this doesn't load up in VIA without the JSON, but this works in Vile natively, so. They're NA, yeah, too. They are. Actually, this is a really nice set for this. Huh. I forgot I had this set and I kind of like took it out of the box the other day and I'm like, oh yeah, because the box was all destroyed. I'm kind of glad I did. This is nice. Yeah, like my thing is I like open source stuff. Like I like stuff that people can access at any time. Like I don't like proprietary software because it's, you know, it feels a lot bloated. Like yesterday, for example, I needed to update my girlfriend's computer. And it was a Gigabyte thing, and honestly, Gigabyte made it extremely difficult to get these drivers, and I had to install Gigabyte's like control center just to update an Intel driver, which was irritating, you know? So I like being able to pick and choose what I do. Is Vile web-based? It is web-based. You can also download a local thing, but I think it's mostly supposed to be web-based now. RO75 includes keycaps. It does, but not this set. It comes with whatever keycaps you end up picking for the colorway. It does start at about $110, which is probably the one that I would get, but if you want the fancier keycaps, it costs more money. It was fun afternoon. Honestly, I had a good time, man. It felt very relaxed. Like it was kind of a... I haven't really played the handheld system in a while, so I was enjoying it last night. I had a good time. I had to tell myself to get off, though, to go to sleep. It was one of those kind of nights. Open source is great if it's accessible with Vile. It is. Which Vile is. The experience compared to VIA is so similar that I see no reason to go with it. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that. Like, at this point here, like, honestly, I don't... If it's on Vile or VIA, I don't mind either or. I need it to not have extra files you need to download. Like, I don't want to be downloading things to get the thing to work. That's like my gripe, you know what I mean? Boss your check. I got you, plastic. Got you, bro. Fair. Is this hollow like all the other budget pre-builts, like Bridge? I didn't think the Bridge was hollow. I thought the Bridge was actually a pretty solid overall board. I'm gonna put an artisan on this guy. What artisan? Oh, I'm gonna put this Gengar here. Hell yeah, look at this Gengar here, guys. I love this one. This is like my favorite one. I wish I bought more. Well, I did have more of these. I've given them so many away, but so cool. This is not for this set. What the hell? Hell, actually, this looks pretty good. Good front height. Good overall standard design. Like nothing too crazy. Good price point. Nice heft because of this stainless steel weight. All right. Okay. All right, let's see what this sounds like now, shall we, guys? And we'll explore that other board that they sent over. And I tried maybe swapping out some of the switches here, but all right, I'm gonna actually turn off the RGB though. Actually, is that just done with? Okay, I would have to go in and figure out the keybind for that, so let's not worry about that right now maybe, but. So these are with the stock switches. I've taken out every piece of foam but the plate foam. So just the standard plate foam, all the other like sheets have been taken out. And we're using GMK keycaps. Okay. It's not bad. I am going to do one thing, though. The space bar is a little flat sounding, but I wonder if it's just from this one gasket. And again, I like the catchball here. It makes sense to have it. It's a little thinner, for sure, but I think it's, you know, probably due to that. Oh, actually, that opens it right up. Hi, Rock. Thank you so much, dude.
Alex, great to see you, my guy. Much love to you and smooches.
Thank you, dude. A little bit of ticking on this side. Now that we've used the board a little bit, yeah, the lube, the lack of lube is showing a little bit. A little bit of ticking, but not a big deal. Oh, dude, I actually think taking out this one gasket makes a huge difference. That's pretty solid. This is not Hall Effect. This is standard gluten. This is not a Hall Effect board. If I showed you guys this board just like this right now, would you guess $110? Obviously, you have to buy the keycaps in this case. Like, you probably have to buy your set of GMK keycaps. But like for the core of the board, that's not bad. Alphas are going to be a bit thinner. Like, they're a little bit lighter in sound profile because of, unfortunately, the flex cut PCB. But I don't think they're they're not in a terrible spot. I think they're in a very good spot, honestly. The spacebar shines pretty nicely too. Well, the only thing you could probably do is probably put back that bottom foam, which we can try to do right now. Or just build this with the foam and have a foamier build. Like if we put this piece in, which usually these types of foam, this like EVA style foam it's usually not like super foamy sounding, but we'll see what this actually does here. I left the stock switches in because when I opened up the case and I was trying the switches, I thought, wow, these actually feel and sound pretty good. So I will also say the stock switches are more than adequate. I think this is really nice for stock switches. So from where you're sitting, you have your key light over top your right. Yeah, it's just still on the right side. I'll take more photos. I've been meaning to take more photos of my desk setup. I got sick last week. All right, actually, I'm just gonna leave this here. Ooh, I don't like it now, guys. I think this is a no foam underneath kind of board for me. If we're going to do like the foamless ones, yeah, I think we take this out entirely. I don't think that sounds very good at all. The alphas sounded kind of same, but like the spacebar immediately was too flat. Thank you, Beast. Appreciate it, man. But if you did want to go the full foam route, it still sounded fun. Like, actually, this is not hollow at all, Melta. Would you guys say this sounds hollow? In the slightest? I don't hear scratch at all. Honestly, this is a pretty solid sound profile. it's pretty soft. Like this is, I don't know if you guys can see how soft this is. That's why I would leave that plastic film underneath so it doesn't bottom out and short. Yeah, dude, I can easily recommend this alongside the Bridge 75. I think it's interchangeable. I don't think one's better than the other. Both have a very clean aesthetic. How much was the Bridge with the wireless again? I'm gonna go look that up really quick. I don't really remember. Yeah, for about 110 bucks plus whatever shipping is, easy recommend on this. There are things I wish changed, just so everyone's aware. Like, I wish the mounting points were shifted so you didn't have to fiddle with one gasket being taken off. I do wish like the VIA situation was changed. I do wish that they were giving us some options for a more standardized PCB where you can do more with it instead of just only giving us the flex cut PCB. But honestly, this is not bad at all. Actually, maybe do I like this a little bit more than the Bridge? Bridge 70. Oh, that is not 75. Bridge 75. Let's go and see what that is priced at again. So if you want the Bridge 75, which is the one with the wireless? Is it the Max? Oh no, they all have wireless, but. So this is a 6,000 milliamp and the regular Bridge has a 4,000 milliamp. So I think we would probably look at the. Okay, it's tough to compare. But if you wanted to go with the standard stock, like cheapest Bridge, it's $85. If you wanted the bigger battery, you'd go with the Plus. And depending on the color you go with, you're looking at anywhere between $99 to $120, $130 here. Obviously the Bridge value-wise might win out if you just go with the stock version. But I don't even know. These are all pre-orders right now. Just pre-orders. Yeah, none of these are in stock. Yeah, I still think like if you like this aesthetic a little bit more, because the Bridge has the brushed aesthetic on the bottom, which I don't love, but oh, I messed up over here with this keyboard here. I think they're both interchangeably good. If you like the aesthetic of this keyboard, like I showed you guys earlier, that those over-the-top keycaps that it comes with. Here, let me show you guys again those over-the-top keycaps. You can technically get some pretty cool keycaps for this that they say are a PBT ABS mix. So you could go with some of the more fun stuff. Honestly, it's up to you if you want to spend more of a premium to get keycaps like this. They're interesting. They're definitely unique. They have some, wrong keyboard. They have some different colors here. I like the red one. The red one's kind of cool. Maybe not for everyone though. Maybe not. I can't complain. I think this is a pretty solid product, man. I really think this is pretty solid. Yeah, I can't complain. The starting price of $110 I feel like is very fair. Very, very fair for this. Extremely fair. It does say you can get an FR4 plate though, but I don't understand where you're supposed to swap the plates. Maybe that's like an add-on? Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, that's a nice color too. The space gray is pretty sick. I like this one. I thought this would be another hollow and another generic Rainy 75-esque board because I saw the word foam filled. Oh, no, I'm glad this turned out like this. Really, I am. I was ready to be disappointed as well, to be completely honest, but I am super glad this turned out well. Well, okay. Pretty solid release, I'd say. Pretty solid. And then they did send us another board to take a look at. They said if we had some time that we can unbox it. So let's go take a look at that too. Ooh, the White Fox Eclipse. I didn't look too much into this one. White Fox Eclipse. Oh, this guy. Actually, this one here looked pretty cool. Was this the one that Beep also worked on or something? Yeah, okay. I think this might have been the one that... Oh, it's this guy. Interesting. Why does this board sound familiar? I think it's been out for a little while. We're just taking a look at this second board. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, I think this is done with Bip. I think he did the keycaps or something. How the hell do I take this out nicely here? Wait, this is kind of cool. It's definitely a very tall board. Hence high profile. What's a good way to unwrap this now? Oh, look, an on and off button? Let's go, dude. Yeah, front height's high on this guy, yeah. Bro, I can't find the seam for this. What the? Here it is. I oddly like this a lot. The sound profile's not really my cup of tea, but... Wait, this is kind of cool. Sorry guys, was that really loud? Actually, it's not terrible. So wait, what does this come with exactly? Oh, you can swap between a high and low case as well. So I guess if you had the other one, you can swap between it. That's interesting. Oh, this was not Beep. This is Mateo. Okay, so my bad. I got confused who may have worked with this. Let me see. Actually, I don't know. Let me try to figure out who worked with this. Yeah, Mateo. Okay, it was Mateo then. Interesting. And this is how much? Does it tell us how much this is? Keyboards, White Fox Eclipse. Is this $99? No, this has to be a bit more. I think this is the low profile one. So what's this one here worth? It doesn't say. Yeah, because the other Eclipses... Does it say it's not going to tell us the price? They didn't give me much info on this one, by the way. In case you guys are wondering why I'm looking this up now, this was kind of like an add-on. They said if we have some time to showcase this too. It's $185. And this has a magnetic top? Oh, interesting. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. And this just comes out like that. Oh, wow, there's like a big piece of foam here on the bottom, too. Huh. Milky yellows? Get some nice milky yellows with this. I mean, this is probably why it sounds a bit more thuddy. Oh, and these are the magnets it sits on here. Interesting. Or not magnets, it sits on these like foam pads here. I guess they are a bit magnetic. Oh, these keycaps are tough to take off. A little bit of stock lube on the stabilizers here. These are hot swap, are they not? Yeah, okay. Thing with Gatoron switches though, getting them out of a plate is a pain in the ass. Oh my lord. Jesus. I'm going to put a lubed one in there. This is the high-profile White Fox Eclipse. Sorry. Oh, the stabs 1000% need touch-ups. I like the layout of this too. It's fun. Or not the layout, sorry. The case design for the layout, I should say. It feels longer than it should. Huh, interesting. The stock stabs definitely need some work here. These are not very great. I love magnetic releases, but I also hate how every keyboard seemingly has a battery. I also like magnetic. This is high though. I agree. I think what would have really benefited from this case, right away, I agree, it needs some sort of relief cut. Or what they could have done is they could have cut up on this part of the plate. Right up here, went right across and then back down to allow the spacebar to be kind of on its own and give this spacebar its own type of area to move. They do have a relief cut right above. Right over here, they have a relief cut. And they could have also extended it out here as well. So on top of cutting upwards, they could have put a cut over here too and really isolated the plate here. The plate is metal. That's what they could have done. And we do have flex cuts inside the PCB. Also, again, I'm just going to say this. What's the point of having that if you have a thick aluminum plate? That makes no sense to me. Pretty fixed layout, which, again, expect it with something like this. Oh, wow. Honestly, this is pretty cool. Higher profile, though, equals a little bit more, well, a little tougher to type on. So you just have to be aware of that. Oh, did I not put this in properly? I mean, interesting project, though. Nice keycaps you get, too. I like these keycaps. I like the legends on these. These are cool. And then this is nice. Dude, if this keyboard had this, toggles are so nice. Apparently the White Fox Eclipse had no input by Matteo. Did he just design the keycaps or something? Oh, there's some RGB behind this. Ah, I see. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, so this is that other thing here too. Okay. Second piece of criticism from this as well. I get the need to make, this is like a magnet. It needs to sit flush along the case here, so it feels like it's seamless. The thing is, this is what actually Glorious did with their keyboard too. What's a good angle I can show you guys this on? See how these gaskets are supposed to create some sort of force break? Well, we have two problems with that. The gaskets are so shallow that compressed with the magnet, they're going to hit anyways. So it makes no sense for those to be there. Second problem are these, right? So when you have these little standoffs that are also metal, the force break doesn't really matter much anymore because we've now created more metal on metal contact. So realistically, I think the idea here would be to have these be silicone for the future if they ever do a redo of this, or just some criticism I can offer to make the board better. That would be better as silicone, and these would be better if it was a little bit more plush, but obviously there'd be a bit more of a seam, which either you lean into or you rethink that, but it's not really going to matter much here. To go further into this, let's see what else we have. So it is using like an O-ring cord. I kind of think that's really cool. I've never seen something like this before. It's using an O-ring cord to go around the whole board, and it's sitting like this, kind of like Geon's boards, but it's going the whole way around. That is neat. That is really cool. I like that a lot, actually. Just got a big piece of foam here on the bottom. I mean, there's some interesting things about this board. It's definitely visually pleasing, I'll tell you that much. Huh, cool. What they could have also done with the plate, again, speaking out loud, I feel like the plate could have been done a lot better if, instead of just extending the plate all the way to the edge over here, you know how far this plate is going out? If you had cut like a normal plate here and then just offered a leaf spring, all right? And then let the leaf springs rest on this. Imagine like the thermal plate, for example. You probably would have got a very non-metallic-y sound, as well as a totally different feeling for this keyboard. Perhaps even a bit softer, because you would have better isolated the plate PCB combo. That could have been a really smart idea too. I mean, this is an interesting idea. I won't discredit that. I think that's really interesting. It also looks really cool too. Like I like this chunky aesthetic it's got going on. This is neat. That'd be way better. Have you ever thought of partnering with someone to make your own keyboard manufacturing company? Not manufacturing, but I partnered with Bowl. We're doing a Manta keyboard, which is our own little project. You know? But okay, I think there's a lot that, okay, keep it a buck with you guys. This board here, the RO75, I really like. This is a really good project. This is interesting. I feel like this is something that has potential. And I like some of the ideas, like just right off the first glance here. I think there's some interesting ideas in here. However, I don't think all the ideas are fully implemented well. Like I feel like there could be a million things that could have been, not a million. I feel like there could have been a large handful of things that could have been changed in this to make the board overall better. Is it a cool project? I mean, I do like the way it looks. It's cool. I like this magnetic enclosure. This is pretty well done. The board's so heavy that you can't even lift it by accident from this too, which is interesting. But there is some stuff that definitely was overlooked. Like I feel like the thickness of these gaskets do absolutely nothing. You know, like I'm not going to go over it again, but yeah, there's a bunch of things I would change personally about this. Overall though, like does it make it sound terrible? No, but it doesn't sound like a custom keyboard that has had, you know, the works done to it type thing. It's very generic sounding, I'll tell you that much. And it's rather stiff. Like this is super stiff. It's isolated well, like I'm not feeling vibrations from things, but it is super stiff and you'd have to be really floating your wrists. Like that is a pretty high keyboard. But I think that's done on purpose. It's a high profile keyboard. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about this one here. I don't think the project, this particular one, is like, I'm super, super crazy about. But I like this one. Apos picked up a pretty good project with this. Absolutely. Alex, random question. Do you use a laptop and your Mac Studio? I have a laptop and I have a Mac. I use a laptop mostly when I want to do, like just work not down here. That's it. Being in a basement sometimes is depressing. So sometimes I do like to sit in another part of our place. All right, well, I am happy with this. This turned out really good. This one, I don't know. I don't think there's any saving this board. This is a pretty one-trick pony. So this just turned out great. I really like this one. What do you guys think? Thoughts on today? What knife is that you use in batch 15? Oh, Squill, that's from Carved. I know exactly what one you're talking about. W Day? Better time than ever for a new enthusiast? Yeah, I think so. I know we don't always look at things like this, but I think once in a blue moon is important to look at things like this, you know? Like, I think it's fun. Is it a MacBook? Why not just get a higher end MacBook and dock it at your setup? Oh, dude, it's not enough plugs. And then I looked at some of those like docking station things that offer more plugs. So, all right, I don't know how to exactly word this properly, Way Too Lucky. So bear with me as I try to explain. Basically, those cam links that I use for, you know, all the cameras here, they don't do well when they're on the same, again, excuse my terminology, bus as another cam link. So if I got 2 or 3 cam links on like one bus, it just, for some reason, Elgato's cam links just hate it. Like they absolutely hate it. So when they, for example, when I have like a dock plugged into just one Thunderbolt or one USB-C, sometimes it works, sometimes it freaks out. So unfortunately, I can't use my MacBook for that. Yeah, you know what's weird though, Tim? It's supposed to have enough bandwidth, but it's something where it doesn't love it. There are expensive solutions. I just don't want to invest in those expensive solutions. So the Mac Studio works perfectly fine. Plus it gives me some separation of things too. I use one at home with my MacBook. Oh yeah, those docks are pretty nice. Those ones there, yeah. Great to catch a stream and see a good Bridge 75 alternative that's in stock. Would be a great board to gift. Yeah, I think so. I think this is actually a pre-order right now though for this guy. Did they state that on the website? I'm pretty positive. Let me triple check now. And then, hold on, someone else asked a question too. A bit out of the loop. What's the situation with Apos? Did they just buy Kono or are they taking some of their projects? They bought their stuff. Like Kono, I still don't understand how Kono stuck around for so long. Kono, I don't know, man. I think Kono, oh, this is in stock. I think you're right. It is in stock. It beats me how they stuck around for so long, bro. I don't know how they, I don't know how they lasted so long. But yeah, they got bought out, essentially, for lack of a better word, from Apos. But I've done stuff before with Apos like a long time ago, and honestly, they've been a pretty solid vendor. I haven't had any issues with them. I haven't heard anyone having issues with them, so... yeah, I don't know how Kono lasted so long. But cool. Okay. Really liking this guy. This turned out really good. I'm really happy with this. Pretty solid board. I work in production and confirmed that stuff like that is like that sometimes. So annoying. Yeah. Like I originally tried on my MacBook to do this stuff, but it didn't work. So. All right, guys. Raid Tim Keyless. Is Tim gonna stream? Tim? You getting on? I'll raid Tim if he... Psych, I'm working right now? That's unfortunate, Tim. One of these days, I'll raid Bull. One of these days. I was lurking earlier, so I didn't get to completely watch the whole thing. Can I ask for a sound test of the stock or... Oh, we already not modded it per se, but like we took stuff out. But this is kind of like close to stock, team. I would just go to the beginning of the VOD. That's all. All right, let's go raid Bull. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope this was insightful. A little bit of a non-standard kind of review today, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. We have a lot of extra keyboards this week. I had like 3 extra projects I had to schedule, and so we have a lot of stuff. I will talk to you guys later. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Canada Day, everyone. And see you guys very, very soon. Bye, everyone.